competence across the board, because this was not just a former minister. This was a minister that, did some work as regards, the naming and number system in Nigeria, and that helped to have something called the national number, the lean number, the lean as an NIN number, beg your pardon. And this is supposed to have a lot of data, and this can be used to track telephone calls. But if that same minister is saying that the security agents are not used, there is an indictment on all of our lives. And furthermore, what the security agency should do is mop up intelligence around that area and try to execute a plan of action to rescue that. This has become a national emergency now, and it's an indictment of the government of people. And any right-thinking government must be able to win the insurgents in this regard, because this is the last battle regards the insecurity, and this happened in the there. So use intelligence to mop up and do very good surveillance around the area and ensure that everything is done properly to be able to ensure that get people. That's just it. So provide psychosocial support to our city.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for that. Still touching on that before we move on to another headline quickly. You mentioned, some of the programs or, the achievements, in quotes, of the minister Issa Pantami at the time. That's talking about the national identification number. And earlier, when we talk about the national identification number, this was also done, to quell the spate of insecurity. Now it seems like it now seems like it is not really functional, because Issa Pantami has now thrown blame to the security agencies for not even using what he put in place before leaving office.
So that's why I said what we should do is what they call a handshake. The security agents will have a handshake with NIN and other data points in the country to be able to track and ascertain phone calls and a lot more. So we must have a symbiotic database. It's not just by saying, no, they are not using it. How can we have a symbiotic handshake across the database? That's the question we should answer.
Okay. Anyway, quickly away from that, let's talk about the headline also on The Guardian, and talking about Nigeria's inflation, where it is reported that Nigeria's inflation ends 2023 at 28.9% as Naira anxiety worsens outlook. And of course, the Nigeria's headline inflation closed 2023 slightly below the 30% market projected by many economists and research organizations. But the slower increase would put the headline inflation at 28.92% as per the data released by the NBS yesterday. Some have said is not enough to calm the rising nerves over the outlook of general price change in the country. Now, looking at the increase in, the inflation rate, as at November 2023, by the data of the NBS, it stood at 28.0%. 28.2%, I beg your pardon, but now it has increased by 0.7%. So should Nigerians, be, outrightly worried over such data from the NBS?
Nigerians should be worried, and it's a reflection of, the level of inflation in the country. And apart from that, I think it's also reflective of the things we talk about. So what are causing the inflation? Urban inflation was well over 27%. Mm-hmm. Food pushes it. What are the food items? Oatmeal, barley, a couple of things like that. How can we ensure that we can get the farmers back so that they can actually produce more food, and we can fix the logistical value chains so that people will be able to get the food? I think those are the paramount challenges we need to be able to look into. But if we don't do anything, it doesn't solve anything as regards this problem, and it keeps on becoming problematic. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Okay, so Nigerians should, be worried. But quickly, let's talk about the headline also, and of course, the statement credited to President Bola Tinubu. And this, in a way, touches on part of the data of the NBS. According to the headline on Vanguard, the president is quoted saying that, people are now, can now have ease of doing business in Imo State And this is coming from the backdrop of Uzodima's second term inauguration that happened.
Not that easy. Not that easy. Uzodima should go and work on how to attract foreign investors. He still has one of the poorest investment rates in the last 4 years in the southeast, and the state is an oil producing state. So he should go and fix the incumbent problems in the states so that there can be a leeway for development. Not that quick.
Okay, not that quick, right? Okay, no problem. Finally, let's touch on, the Interior Minister. The Tunji Ojo has been in the eye of, the media for a while now. And this is as a result of a contract, that is linked to a company he founded, even though he said he is no longer a member of the board of directors. But a lot of questions have been raised as regards, is he still a beneficiary in one way or the other, owing to the fact that his wife is still a member of the board. But according to Daily Trust, it says Interior Minister faces CCB today, and this is as a result of the 438 million contract. The Minister of Interior, Tunji Ojo, will appear before the Code of Conduct Bureau over the involvement of a company he co-founded in a 438 million naira contract by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. And the company, which is the New Planet Project, which belongs to the minister, was reported to have benefited from a contract at the cost of 438 million naira. And according to the reports, he will be facing the Code of Conduct Bureau. The question a lot of Nigerians are asking at the moment, what should be expected? Yes, some of the programs of his administration is laudable, especially making it very easy for Nigerians to acquire a passport without so much hassle. Yes, we've seen some of the achievements he has, made in a couple of months since his appointment. But that's being said, despite the achievement that Nigerians can really acknowledge, but this contravenes certain provision of the Civil Service Act and, of course, even some act of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, looking at the CCB, what they're going to say today, which will be waiting the outcome of it. What should Nigerians expect? Should he be dealt the decisive blow, knowing that he has contravened certain provisions of, this act? Hello? Hello?
Okay, so you can be the judge. Can you?
Yes.
Can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you. Go ahead, please.
You cannot be the judge. Neither can I be the judge in this matter. We've not heard from the CCB. He swore an affidavit for the CCB when he took position as a lawmaker in 2019. Let the CCB investigate it based on the reports we have. Then the CCB will write a recommendation based on the investigation and we'll wait for that. And that's a better way to comment. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Okay, thank you so much, Rufai, for joining us this morning. It's been an awesome time talking about some of these headlines with you right here on the Front Page Review. In case you're just joining us, this is Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja, and this is the Front Page Review. We'll go on a quick break, and of course, when we come back, I'll be getting into more headlines as well as opening the platforms for you to react to any of the headlines you want to touch on this morning right here on the show. Stay with us.
This is Front Page Review, weekdays at 7:30. Now you have a voice.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less. Are you traveling to Lagos and desire a perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42 Murtala Mohammed International Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in our beautiful appointed rooms, featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Now, whether you are traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your every need is met. We also offer complimentary pickup and drop from the Lagos airport.
Why not take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant?
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So why wait? Book your stay today and experience the ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Believe me, believe me.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at VOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. VOP TV, show up, speak up.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and Coldberry ice cream. Delight in every school. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and Coldberry ice cream.
At number 4, Ogbomosho Street,
Area 8, Geriki, Abuja, or 3rd Avenue, Gwarinpa, Abuja, or Federal Housing Estate, Phase 2, Lube, Abuja. Call 0908-831-5906 or 0908-831-5908 or 0909-238-9861. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at romeospizza.ng. Website www.romeospizza.ng. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Meet us on YouTube, Insta, and Twitter at Voice of the People 96.1 FM.
This is Front Page Review, weekdays at 7:30. Now you have a voice.
Welcome back. This is still Voice of the People 96.1 FM. 10 minutes before the top of the hour, 8 o'clock, and you're still listening to the Front Page Review on the Morning Ride. My name is Simeon Sunday, and of course, we just spoke with El-Rufai Oseni as he lent his voice to some of the headlines we touched on this morning right here on the show. And remember, you can join us live on YouTube. On YouTube, we're streaming live. It is Voice of the People Abuja. Just type the keyword Voice of the People Abuja on YouTube, and you can join us live and watch the live feed right here from the studios of VOP 96.1 FM. I remember we're also on social media, and in a bit I'll be giving out the phone lines for those who want to call in and react to any of the headlines you find interesting and you want to touch on this morning right here in the studio. And of course, the studio number is 0700 010 961 961. The phone number to call and send your message via WhatsApp to is 0700 010 961 961. 0700 010 961 961. That is the WhatsApp number as well as the call number. Feel free to join in on the conversation. Anyway, for those who are just joining in, let me just touch on a few headlines we talked about with Rufai Oseni while I was here. We talked about the headline on the Punch where, Tinubu National Assembly governors remember the fallen soldiers. And still on the Punch, we talked about the abduction epidemic spreading nationwide, which is the lead story in the Punch newspaper for today. And also we touched on the headline still on the Guardian, where it is reported that Nigeria's inflation ends 2023 at 28.9% as Naira anxiety worsens outlook. So that is the headline on the Guardian for today. And now let's talk about the headline credited to the president, talking about Uzodima's second term in office, where Tinubu is saying Imo safe for business. Imo safe for business, Tinubu. And on the Vanguard, the report says the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, on Monday said that Imo is now safe for business. Tinubu stated this in Owerri during Governor Hope Uzodima's second term inauguration in office held at the Dan Anyam Stadium in the state. And according to the president, Imo is safe because Uzodima paid attention to the internal security arrangements of the state. And according to the president, he was quoted saying that, "Do not worry with me, here is hope, a real hope." And he said he is sure that there will be some fair share of education for children. Healthcare will receive more allocation attention. The things, Imoites, according to them, as they call them, are enjoying here relatively will be better. And, the government will work hard. And he also went on to talk about the safety of, the indigents of Imo State. As I said before now, every one of us is enveloped with fear to come to Imo State. But today, Imo is safe and happy and ready for business. That is the statement of the president during the inauguration of Governor Hope Uzodima for a second term in office. Now the question is, when you talk about safe, is it truly, is Imo State really safe as the president has stated? We still hear reports of kidnappings, and killings in Imo State. But we just hope that his second term in office will be better than his first term. And we hope that Governor Hope Uzodima will do well, to take the oath he swore, the oath of office, very seriously. And part of the oath is that he's going to protect the life, of the citizens and indigents of Imo State. And away from that particular report on the Vanguard, let's move on to talk about, the report here on the Nation newspaper for today. And according to the headline on the Nation, this is the lead story. It talks about Tinubu, prosperity soon after subsidy removal pains. Prosperity soon after subsidy removal pains. That is the headline on the Nation. And it says Nigeria is on the verge of economic recovery and prosperity, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said yesterday. He lamented past decades of waste and theft of public resources by a few people under the subsidy regime. And the president is confident that the pains of subsidy removal and harsh economic conditions will soon disappear. And according to him, Nigerians will savor improved public services and infrastructural development this year. And we know that the president made the statement yesterday in Owerri, the Imo State capital, where eminent Nigerians converged for the second term swearing in of Governor Hope Uzodima and his deputy, Lady Hihuoma Ekomaru. And of course, the oath of office was administered, to them by the Chief Judge, Justice Teresa Chukwuemeka Chikeka. So the president, in a statement, is saying that prosperity will soon come after the subsidy removal? A lot of questions Nigerians are asking at the moment is yes, we are very optimistic that, at least succor in some form of respite will come for Nigerians. But the question is, how soon? And what are the plans of the federal government to ensure that the prosperity that is promised by this administration, the renewed hope as promised by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, comes to Nigerians, and of course they start feeling the impact of the renewed hope? And some Nigerians are asking questions that, are we sure that we're going to see the renewed hope? It is still under this renewed hope administration that we're now hearing different forms of embezzlement, where the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs is now being entwined with so many controversies, with monies from the coffers of the federal government of Nigeria being paid into individual accounts. And of course, still within this same administration, another minister that's the Minister of Foreign Affairs, also being entwined with so many controversy. This company he co-founded, getting contracts from the federal government. And when you look at all of this together, you get to ask yourself the question: truly, will we see a renewed hope with this administration? And some Nigerians are asking, pertinent question, asking, is this administration not an extension of the previous administration, where so many things that happen in several ministries, agencies, and even departments of the government were shrouded in secrecy? We don't know about it. At the end of the administration, we are now hearing that billions of naira were being squandered, some being laundered, where the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs is also being investigated by the EFCC, and some key individuals within the administration of the past government also being investigated as well. So now we just hope that the pains that the president is saying will be over soon comes to an end as soon as possible. Because at the end of the day, the brunt has been felt by Nigerians. The impact of the economy has been felt by the average Nigerians, and something ought to be done about it. Remember, you can be a part of the conversation. Feel free to drop a message on our WhatsApp page. The WhatsApp number and the number to call this morning is 0700 010 961 961. Feel free to call in as well as drop a message, and let's get talking this morning right here on the Front Page Review and Voice of the People 96.1. 0700 010 961 961. And remember, we are also streaming live on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube page at Voice of the People Abuja. Voice of the People Abuja. Join the live stream, and you can also drop a comment as well on that particular page as we get to discuss this morning. And let's move on to the electricity sector, where the Minister of Power is talking about this. The federal government is speaking about monies that have been churned out for subsidy of electricity just in 2023 alone. And according to Nigerian Tribune, it says federal government spent 700 billion naira on electricity subsidy in 2023. This is according to the Minister of Power, Adelabu. As it is today, the federal government still subsidizes electricity because the current tariff discos are allowed to charge is not cost effective. And this is why the federal government spent close to 700 billion naira in 2023 to subsidize electricity. If tariffs are left at this current rate, it is projected that the government will spend about 1.7 trillion naira to subsidize electricity, and the federal government cannot afford that. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, made this remark during his official working visit to the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company head office in Ibadan, as part of his nationwide working visit beginning in Oyo State on Monday. And of course, according to him, he actually said that there must be an upward review of the electricity tariff in order to reduce the amount of subsidy required. And he said, if we make the tariff 100% cost reflective, the burden will be too much on the people. and he said we don't want that. And to reduce the burden on our people, it is only a fraction of the tariff review that will be reflected. And he said before the tariff review, there will be sensitization and advocacy to justify the upward review. He added it will be graduated, meaning that a higher review would go to the high income segment of the society, while the vulnerable would pay less. That is what the Minister of Power is saying at the moment. Now, looking at the statement by, the Minister of Power, Adelabu, stating that 700 billion naira was paid in 2023 alone for subsidizing power for Nigerians. Yes, it's a laudable one for, from the federal government of Nigeria. Because looking at it so far, Nigeria is not the only country that subsidizes power. Most countries of the world subsidize power for their their nationals, because when you want to pay the full power, the cost of power in itself is outrightly and very, very expensive. And of course, it's a good one to know that 700 billion naira was used in subsidizing power. But the point or the bone of concern for Nigerians, based on the content of the statement of Adelabu, the Minister of Power, is that power, electricity tariff will be reviewed going forward. Now the question Nigerians are asking themselves, and the Nigerians are wondering if power or tariff is being reviewed upwards. This is not the first time tariff is being reviewed in the country. Last year we saw a review of tariff over 4 times, where power tariff was reviewed in the country. So if tariff will be reviewed upwards, so the brunt of paying so much subsidy is reduced from the part of the federal government of Nigeria. The question Nigerians are asking is, will we now see constant power supply? Because as we speak, there are communities even here in the FCT and across Nigeria that are still yet to see power. If I get to open the phone lines, I ask people the last time they saw power, not those living within the city center, those living outside the city center. When they saw power, we'll hear different or varying opinions on the power they've gotten in their area. So something ought to be done. As much as there is an increment in tariff, there should be a commiserate plan by the electricity distribution companies to ensure that power distribution and of course power supply to different areas of the country is stable to an extent. So whatever increment they're doing, we are seeing the commiserate supply to those people, not to increasing tariff, and at the end of the day power is not being seen by Nigerians. And also on the part of subsidy being paid by the Ministry of Power, another question Nigerians are asking at the moment is the fact that we've seen the issue of subsidy. Anything that has to do with subsidy in this country is always questionable. You might ask me why, and that is because we've seen subsidy payments, especially in the power, in the energy sector, talking about petroleum sector, where billions and trillions are being paid as subsidy. And of course, Nigerians have asked, how many liters of fuel do Nigerians consume per day? The NNPC Limited couldn't give us a concrete answer. So if you don't know the amount being consumed per day, how come you're subsidizing fuel to this tune of monies? So same has been extended to the power sector, that yes, even if the government will pay 700 billion naira, or it has been projected that this year, due to the increment in tariff, we might see the government pay up to 1.7 trillion naira as power subsidy. What agency of the government is regulating that truly the amount being paid for subsidy is the true reflection of what should be subsidized, not that certain amount of money will now be pocketed by certain elements in the country. At the end of the day, it's a loss on the part of the government as they pay more for subsidy and less power is being given to Nigeria, and also a loss on the part of the average Nigerian who will not even see the power or even benefit so much from this. And also it's laudable to know that the Minister of Power have stated so far that with this with the new review, power will be graduated, meaning those who consume more power will have to pay more, and those who consume less power, especially the vulnerable ones, will get to pay less. The high income earners in the country will pay more. And another questions we are asking is, how do you identify those high income earners in the country that will be made to pay more power or tariff plan as opposed to the vulnerable ones in the country? So many questions that the Minister of Power ought to answer to Nigerians, because we need a clear and concise answer. It is time that we start holding our leaders accountable and they giving us clear answers to the questions we are asking. The number to call to be a part of the show this morning is 0700 010 961 961. You can also call us up via WhatsApp as well. The WhatsApp number is also available. You can drop a message, or you can also put a call across via WhatsApp as well. 0700 010 961 961. The YouTube page is Voice of the People Abuja. Voice of the People Abuja. Go online, find the page on YouTube. You can also subscribe, and let's get talking this morning right here on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, of course, we touch on some more headlines before we call it a wrap right here on the show. My name is Simeon Sunday. Stay with us.
News. Breaking news on VOP 96.1 FM.
Sports.
Business.
The exchange rate will begin to move towards its purchasing power parity value.
Health.
Help the patient as much as you can.
Politics.
Everybody knew that I was just managing it.
I withdraw that statement.
Each day you open television, weekend.
Let the poor breathe.
Security.
We're making some arrests already, and we can assure Nigerians that we are on top of the game.
And your voice.
But immediately they have some more things, but the story will change.
Talk of lights, talk of good road, talk of some other things.
Bad roads, they should try and do something to it.
The Morning Ride. Weekdays from 6 a.m. Voice of the People. Now you have a voice.
Glory to God and to the Lamb. Beauty to the throne of eternity.
Brotherhood of the Cross and Star presents the Everlasting Gospel Movement on Radio every Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. on 96.1 FM.
Adoration, adoration, adoration to God forevermore.
It is time for spiritual rejuvenation, the mortification of the physical being. It's a whole new experience on radio. Tune in and be blessed. Thank you, Father.
Adoration, adoration.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream.
Delight in every school.
Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream.
At number 4, Obuja Street,
Area 8, Geriki, Abuja, or 3rd Avenue, Gwaripa, Abuja, or Federal Housing Estate, Phase 2, Lube, Abuja. Call 0908-831-5906 or 0908-831-5908 or 0909-238-9861. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at romeospizza.ng.
Website
www.romeospizza.ng. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Traveling to Lagos and desire a perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42 Murtala Mohammed International Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in our beautiful appointed rooms, featuring all the amenities you need
for a comfortable stay.
Now, whether you are traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your every need is met. We also offer complimentary pickup and drop from the Lagos airport.
Why not take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant?
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So why wait? Book your stay today and experience the ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Believe me, believe me.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist.
Opinion matters. Do you know that your voice can change the narrative?
Lifestyle and
Your
more.
voice
It's
matters.
all about
Lend your
you.
voice today.
BOP
Become a
TV.
part of our family
Show
on
up.
Voice of the
Speak
People
up.
96.1 FM Abuja.
Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja.
Now you have a voice.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
This is Front Page Review. Weekdays at 7:30. Now you have a voice.
This is still the front page review on VOP 96.1 FM Abuja, and of course we are still live on YouTube, Voice of the People Abuja. Just find us on YouTube, subscribe to the page, and of course turn on notification for your post and be a part of the show. And remember, you can also drop a message on WhatsApp or put a call across to us via the number 0700 010 961 961. That is the number on WhatsApp to send a message, or you can also put a call across to us via that number, and let's talk about the headlines you find interesting. 0700 010 961 961. Let me take the number slowly this time. 0700 010 961 961. Okay, feel free to join in and let's talk about the headlines. Now let's move on to talk about this on the Nation newspaper. On the Nation, the headline says NNPC Limited opens bid to privatize PH refinery. NNPC Limited opens bid to privatize PH refinery. Anyway, let's feel free to call in, be a part of the show. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Voice of the People.
Yeah, Nice work, my brother.
Great. You're welcome to the show. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm a first time caller on your show.
Oh, great to have you. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sunday, calling you right here from Abuja.
Oh, Sunday, you're welcome. Go ahead. Which of the headlines do you want to speak to?
Yeah, the insecurity in the land.
Yes, please go ahead.
I want to remind Mr. President that he has the constitutional backing to fire and to hire. Anybody that failed to do the right thing, you don't need to give him long time to learn, because he cannot use Nigerian for experiment. Once you are given a job and you're not able to deliver on that job, you will be sacked. And not just only sacked, you will be called for questioning. The morning approved for your ministry or your office, how do you use the money? How do you utilize the money? So that will be accountability. With this, many people know that Mr. President is serious for business. But when you give the person a long time believing that he's learning, automatically you're experimenting the Nigerian life in his hands. So for me, whenever Mr. President sacked or suspends someone, he doesn't need accolades, because it is duty and he has the constitutional right to do that. So that people will be serious, because a lot of serious people have managed this country, and that is why the country is where it is today. Just like under the past administration, you give a minister 8 good years and he didn't deliver. You never deem it fit to sack him or to call him to question him. You live with God, and that's how they mislead this country. The embezzle our money. Look at insecurity everywhere. Okay, now the minister of power is talking about tariff increase. I mean, if the light is stable, if we're seeing 24 hours light, we won't feel it bad. We will be able to pay, because you're making something out of it. But especially whereby you're not seeing the light and you're paying higher tariff, that's to say you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. And we won't take that, because the hardship is too much in the land, and you want to increase the hardship the more. In other clients, there's a subsidy. Government subsidizes so many things to help the citizenry to grow. And government pays a bit of money to the unemployment until they're able to secure a job. These are the things that are reducing security in the land. Because once you know that at the end of the month, you're getting something from government, you won't even bother going to steal someone something or trying to buy arm and ammunition to become a kidnapper and bandit. You understand? And government is subsidizing some certain things. At least your parents will feel ease, feel relief in some certain area. But almost everything in Nigeria, we are paying through our nose. And that is why insecurity is the order of the day in the land. Government is not doing it. Have a nice day, reparation.
Thank you so much, Sunday, for calling in. Have yourself an amazing morning. Sunday is touching on security, and of course, as calling the president to order, asking him to investigate, his appointed ministers, so we don't see, possibly a replication of what we saw during the previous administration. 0700 010 961 961. That is the number to call. Feel free joining on the conversation. 0700 010 961 961. You can also drop a comment on our YouTube page. Subscribe to the Voice of the People YouTube page, Abuja. It is the Voice of the People, Abuja. Comment, like, and of course turn on post notification. And quickly, let's get to touch on the NNPC Limited opening bid to privatize Port Harcourt refinery. And according to the report, the NNPC Limited yesterday opened a bid to privatize the operation of its Port Harcourt refinery in an expression of interest available on its website. The company said the decision was to ensure reliability and sustainability. The NNPC Limited is seeking to engage, according to the Post, reputable and credible operations and maintenance companies to operate and maintain one of its refineries, the PHRC, which is the Port Harcourt Refining Company, to ensure reliability and sustainability towards meeting the nation's fuel supply and energy security obligations. And of course, the bid closes on the 29th of January while documents should be submitted electronically by February 26. And of course, the NNPC said that the would-be operator is expected to state the current percentage of its management and total workforce who are Nigerian nationals. And they also said that on December 15, they announced December 15, 20, that the mechanical completion of the refinery rehabilitation was done. And now we are, gradually anticipating, the opening of the Port Harcourt refinery, according to reports. And of course, we've seen, several setbacks that this refinery has actually faced in the past couple of months, according to multiple reports. And I remember it was actually set to flag off on the 20th of December 2023. That was what it was supposed to happen, but we realized that did not happen at the end of the day, and Nigerians can be anticipating and hoping that hopefully this January, as promised, that the Port Harcourt refinery will get straight to kickstart its operation. But one question that on the minds of so many Nigerians is that despite the commencement of operation of the Port Harcourt refinery, if it begins this January as promised, one question Nigerians have been asking is, the federal government has really not given us the proportion of fuel subsidy or that will be on Nigerians. Right now, Nigerians are buying fuel at 660 naira per litre at other fuel stations, while from the NNPC station it's 617 naira. The question Nigerians are asking is, if the Port Harcourt refinery starts working just as they've started plans of privatizing it, so we can see more efficiency, if a private regulator comes on board, or a private operator, I beg your pardon, comes on board. The question Nigerians are asking is, if this happens, will we see a fraction removed from the cost of petrol in the country right now? Because if the Port Harcourt refinery sets off operation, and of course the Dangote refinery in Lagos sets off operation as we are anticipating at the moment, will we see a fraction being removed from the cost of petrol in the country, since it has cut off a lot of costs from the part of independent marketers who will be buying fuel? Now they don't have to pay for importation, and all they just have to pay is for right now is cargo from the point of sale, or from the fuel depots, or from the refinery, because from the refineries it gets to the depots, from their depots straight to their outlets across the country. So will we see a fraction reduce? Will we see fuel reduced from 617 naira at NNPC fuel stations, or 660 across other platforms, to maybe 500 or 400 naira per litre? And some Nigerians are asking that if the cost of fuel remains at 660, or it even goes higher with operational refineries in the country like the Dangote and the Port Harcourt refinery, of what need is even having a refinery in the country? So let's not preempt, let's not jump into conclusion, let's just await this refineries get into full-fledged operations. Talking about the Port Harcourt refinery, and of course some have actually said it's a good one, it's laudable that the federal government has actually considered privatizing the refineries, because we know from experience that anything that is solely government owned, there have always been questions raised as regard maintenance. We just hope that when private companies take charge, the issue of maintenance would even be, an issue to be concerned about for Nigerians. And finally, let's take this headline before we call it a wrap this morning, right here on the show, Front Page Review. And according to the Vanguard, it says Atiku, Obi, Kwankwanso have agreed to form mega party. This is according to Pat Utomi, an economist. According to the report, political economist Professor Pat Utomi has said the presidential candidate of the PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, a Labour Party, Peter Obi, and the NNPP, Rabiu Musa Kwankwanso, have agreed to form a mega party that will wrestle power from the ruling APC in 2027. And this is a good one. Utomi actually disclosed this in an interview on Channels, a fortnight ago. And Nigerians are saying, truly hope this will not be, a front end in the news headlines. Will we see this come to work? Will it come to fruition at the end of the day? I hope this is not what, we've seen Pat Utomi make such statements before now, and it did not happen. We'll hope this coalition will definitely happen, especially as we head towards the election in the coming a year from today. These are the headlines we have for you right here on the front page review on Voice of the People in 96.1. A special thank you to a caller, and of course, a few messages we had that we couldn't read because we are out of time. And of course, we make a return tomorrow, 7:15 a.m. on the dot. My name is Simeon Sunday.